Oh, we suck.
Rogue grinder firefly detected.
Bonk.
Rogue.
What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's video is going to be the Bonk build. Now, if you have been following me in the PTS, you would know how strong melee damage is in this game. I'm proud to give you this build. It is so absolutely broken. You can do up to 1,000,000 damage each melee with a shield that auto aims onto a player that's nearby. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can have 2 million armor and 2-shot someone with 1.5 million armor. 2 melees kills them. It is ridiculous. It's so strong. Let's get straight into this. If you don't know, the Lady Death got a significant buff. Some changes to the accessories on the weapon. As you guys know, there's knuckle dusters on the front by the foregrip. Now, those have actually been given a purpose. We get melee damage. So I'm going to show you why that is so significant and why I cannot believe they haven't nerfed this. And if you're sitting there wondering, oh, this doesn't sound that strong, if I find you in the dark zone, you will not have a good time because this is so broken strong. It's really, really cool. And I don't know what everyone thinks because I don't see anyone else speaking about this. I have not seen anyone else use this. And let's go for this. Let me just show you the specialization. We need to use Firewall. The reason being is because of this shield. The secret to the Bonk build are, well, to be honest, is 3 main elements. So you need this shield. The reason being, it gives you damage. It gives you more damage because you're behind the shield, and the more players in front of you, the more damage you get. And you can mod this shield to give you more percentage base on each amount of players that are in front of you to give you more damage. And yeah, so make sure you have this. This is the most important thing in this whole build. This is just a fun, really strong, crazy build. Make sure SMG builds are on. This is going to be my new go-to PvP build. I'm not going to lie. I have not seen anything as strong as this yet. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's so good. I do have more builds that are coming that could potentially counter this and can be strong, but this is just very, very good and fun to use. Make sure you have Firewall Specialization with this shield activated. And we're going to go over the pieces now. You need to pay attention to this. So the whole premise of this build, the whole idea is the Claws Out holster, which gives you 500% melee damage. The Lady Death, which, if you look at this special mod in the front, gives you 500% melee damage. That is 1000% just from those 2 elements. Now, it is important to note, damage to armor and damage to targets out of cover gives you more melee damage. So, Lady Death, what does it have? 6% damage to armor. Okay, now we've got that clarified. Now, those 2 elements of the build are vital to get the amount of melee damage you've seen in the clips. Now, the Firewall shield gives me extra damage because of the damage bonus. So when you mod it, you can get, with this build, I get 716,000 a melee with 2 million armor. That is just ridiculous. 4% damage bonus per enemy. Put the mods on the shield. It gives you a lot more damage and it's vital. So let's go over all the pieces again. Lady Death, Claws Out, and the shield. Make sure you put the percentage-based damage. There's even more ways of getting more damage. But the reason why I've made this build the way it is because you want to be tanky, because you have to push players. You have to get up in their face. By the way, guys, 2 million armor. The Lady Death actually can kill someone in 1 clip. That's how strong this gun is, because when you're moving with the shield, it creates stacks. So let's go over each individual piece. So when you're using this gun, it does a lot of damage. Why is that? Because look at the base damage, 56k with 900 RPM. The second best SMG, which to be honest was in the last patch, was the SBR 9mm. So if you have a look at that weapon, I do have it on me here somewhere. Let me try and find it. It is over here. Sorry, it's my secondary, my bad. 56k with 1200 RPM. This has got the same amount of damage, but we're getting 75% damage that is amplified. So when moving, gain 4%, 4 stacks per second, or 8 stacks if sprinting, up to 32 stacks total. Each round fires consumed a stack amplifying damage by 75%. You also get movement speed, but when you're moving holding your shield, you will be able to get stacks, and this gives you so much damage. I recommend using this SMG. The burst damage is second to none. It is so strong. Once you've got that out the way, you can use whatever pistol, whatever secondary you want to use. Now, let's go over this build. To be honest, guys, the Bulwark set with Emperor's Guard knee pads would be perfect for this build. I don't have the set yet. You don't necessarily need it, but that would increase survivability. But I will get to that. I'll make a Bonk build version 2 for you guys, so don't worry about that. So what I've done is I've just gone for 2-piece Badger Tough with armor and everything. You don't have to have anything else. Weapon handling, whatever. You can still do a lot of damage if you want to use this seriously, which I do. So what I'm going to probably put on here is critical hit damage. Weapon handling is still a great stat. So the reason why we've got 2 Badger Tough is because we get total armor 5%, which is one of the best ways to get your armor the highest. Golden Gear, it's a 3-piece for the armor. So with the Bulwark set that we're going to be getting, I'll make a video about that, but I would probably run 4-piece Bulwark, 1-piece Emperor's Guard for the armor regen, and then 1 healer guard, but we'll get into that later on. So the chest piece, I've gone for healer guard. Why? Total armor, health, armor regen, very nice. Hazard protection to give me more tankiness. Some extra health doesn't hurt. Don't worry about incoming repairs. You can choose whatever you want, but here's where it gets interesting. Vanguard is really good. It actually stacks with your teammates, so if your whole team is using it, you get massive amounts of armor back. So the whole purpose of this build is to rush people. So when you pull out your shield, you could be doing 700k a shot, which will 2 or 3 shot any build. Vanguard makes your shield immune for 5 seconds, which is plenty time to destroy the player who is trying to push you. It's hilarious. You just bonk everything in sight. It's just crazy. So make sure you run Vanguard. It's actually quite vital in this build. And this is obviously one of the cornerstones. You have to have claws out, otherwise you'll just be bonking marshmallows. It doesn't work. You need the 500% melee damage. Roll armor, forget about that. It's unfortunate we get skill damage, but the armor and the melee damage is the main thing that we want. That's how we can bonk people so efficiently. The backpack, I've used Protector because I don't have Bulwark yet, so I can get my armor back without having to spec into regen, because when they shoot my shield, I get bonus armor. It's not the greatest in PvP, but it works. Hazard protection, very nice. Crit chance. Repair skills can work if you want to use a drone, but I'd recommend doing crit damage if you want to utilize the Lady Death even more. Very nice. Also, don't forget that we're getting the total armor 5%. That's how I've reached 2 million armor. The gloves, healer guard, crit damage, hazard, perfect. I just need to get guard roll hazard, and it's a perfect pair of gloves. Very nice. Then the knee pads, healer guard again. We have got headshot damage, hazard, and armor. You need hazard because you can pulse me. If you disrupt my shield, I get it back in like half a second. I have to strafe for half a second and it's back. Good night. You get bonked. So let's go over the other stats. Now the hive, you can use whatever you want. Sometimes I use disruptor to get rid of the person's shield, even though you can one-shot any freaking shield. It's ridiculous. I normally put a defensive drone to allow me to push players. You can use whatever skill you want. You need to use the shield, of course. Make sure to go and mod it. Damage bonus 4%. I think about another 1% there, and then shield health. I don't know if there's more damage here, but it still works. Now, stats, then I'm going to explain this build in detail, exactly how to use it efficiently. So we've got pretty decent crit chance. You can hit very hard with this build. I'm going to scroll through the stats, show you what's really important. Now, you need some hazard protection. 47% is good enough. If you get pulsed, you get a few, like at most a second, and you bring out the shield again to bonk. Now, you can still do about 300,000 damage just bonking with Lady Death, which is crazy. But yeah, so let's go over the entire build as a whole. The Lady Death, the Claws Out, and the Firewall Shield gives you all that damage from the bonk. Now, I've gone full tank. Hazard protection. I want to be as tanky as possible. That's the whole idea, so you can just melee the hell out of everyone. Lady Death also does very much damage. It does a lot of damage, and you could pretty much kill someone with 1.3 million armor with one clip. It's really strong. The stacks are great. They coincide with this. Now, here's a little bit of a secret for you guys. You can increase the bonk damage to over 1 million a shot. How is that? Contractor's gloves will give you that damage. Why? Damage to armor. It stacks. It gives you more melee damage. Knee pads. You can use the Overlord Fox's prayers. Damage targets out of cover, which gives you more damage. You can use glass cannon, which gives you more melee damage. bigger bonks. So you can hit huge damage, but you'll obviously be squishier. That's why I find this to be a good medium. Instead of 800k to 900k bonk damage, I get 700k, 2-shot, 3-shot, any player. But I've got Vanguard, I've got Protector that gives you more armor. There's ways you can just regenerate your armor, which is nice. So this is going to be my go-to build for PvP right now. It's so ridiculously strong. I do have other cool builds coming out, but this is one of my favorites. I love it. I cannot believe they didn't nerf this. If you doubt this build, watch my streams, watch me play. I've already got 3 hours of gameplay of me bonking everyone in sight. It's ridiculous. I love it. Make sure to try this out and let me know in the comments what you think of the bonk build. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next one. Peace out, agents.